Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. As you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. Like I said, as you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. Give me just a second to get everything flowing. Let me make sure that we are live in the group. Yes. Perfect. And I know I'm a few minutes late getting on here, but I was trying to finish up a video on YouTube that I was going to be sharing with my group. I did a group hypnosis about a money mindset the other day. And so I was uploading it to my YouTube so that I could share it with them. And I was doing the finishing touches and I couldn't stop. So here I am. And it is a winter wonderland at my house right now. I don't know how it is at yours. And hopefully it doesn't do all the things they said were going to happen. It's supposed to snow all day into tomorrow. The thing is that they were predicting last night that it was going to be more ice than snow. And right now it doesn't feel that way because I had to take the dog out in it. It was amazing because we were the first tracks in the snow, and it was just nice. And so it was so quiet and so still, and then it just felt so amazing, right? It was like the world stood still, and but way off in the distance, I could hear some kids out playing in the snow. And that's where this affirmation and journal prompt came from this morning. And let's see where, oh, here it is. I haven't even put it in my queue here, so give me a second. But, I live in Georgia. So in the South, a beautiful snow like this is not a common occurrence, right? So let's see what we got here. All right, so let me take a sip of my coffee and we'll get started. Because I do have a call to get to. And so I have a time restraints a little bit this morning. It's interesting that I had a very busy schedule for today. And because I do in-person work as well, what is my hair doing? For those that don't know me, I actually am a full-time hairstylist and also a full-time coach, transformational coach and hypnotist. And so as I'm doing all these things, it all seems to flow together and I love it. The thing is that I had a very busy schedule for today, but as soon as they were issuing this state of emergency because they're expecting there to be a lot of downed power lines and everything. And hopefully it's not going to be affecting me right here, but I went and got firewood yesterday to make sure that if I lost power, I had enough firewood to sustain us with some warmth for a couple of days if we needed it. And so I'm prepared. And I would rather be prepared and then have extra firewood that I haven't burned and just be able to, just keep going, right? Than to not be prepared and be cold and no way to get warm, right? So for me, it was really important. So I spent some time yesterday doing that. But I'm saying all that because I had quite a busy schedule for today. And as soon as they started issuing all these warnings, one by one, they were canceling for today and rescheduling for next weekend. So next weekend's going to be really busy. And so I haven't. I've already got some cancellations for tomorrow, but there are still some people that are on the schedule. We shall see what's going to happen. But like I was saying, I got out in the snow this morning with the dog. I had to take him for a walk first thing this morning. And it was just a blanket of white. It was beautiful, right? And so I geared up to be warm and dry. And I put him on a nice little sweater. And he is a dog that I'm taking care of for my son. So I don't know what he's how I don't even really know exactly how old he is. He may be a year and a half. I don't know. But I don't think he's ever seen snow before. So I opened the garage door because I didn't want to be going downstairs because I didn't know if there was the ice that they'd been predicting. And so I opened the garage door and he stepped out and he looked around and he ran back in. So I had to forcibly take him out. And then once he got out and everything, he was good. But I took a little video, which kind of goes in and out of focus because I was trying to hold the leash and hold the phone and then hold my glove because I had to take my glove off to be able to touch the phone. And but it was amazing, right? And I just felt this peace as we were the only one out, no cars. Ah, it was beautiful, right? And so that's where today's affirmation came from. So let me share it. Hold on just a second. Today, I find peace in the quiet stillness within me. In this calm space, I reconnect with my strength and clarity. And so I invite you today, no matter what's going on in your world, now you may not have this quiet winter wonderland, and I'm sure that as the day goes on and people get up and all, it's not going to be as quiet out there. There'll be people, sledding down the road and doing all kinds of things. But this morning, it was so still and quiet that it was so much easier to go into my thoughts. And one of the things that I recommend all the time is when you're doing your affirmation and journal prompt and you write it all down, that you take some time in silence, because it's that stillness within you that creates this strength and clarity. And a lot of times it's really difficult or challenging to quiet the noise outside, right? And so it's beautiful when you can be able to just get quiet and block out everything, get still, and breathe and reconnect, right? Because that's where all the magic just starts coming through you. Because all the magic that you want in your life is right in here. And most of the time, we are so busy with life. We are so busy with busyness, with all of our to-do lists, our tasks, our conversations. We're just busy. And a lot of people, and I can be very, very guilty of this, of being busy, 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 right? And so I have to remind myself a lot of times that the beauty of reconnecting with your stillness inside is much more powerful than all this busyness. And so that's why going out and going for a walk just reconnects you with the world, with nature. And I just did a hypnosis session with someone yesterday. And one of the things that she was looking for was being more grounded in her life. And so I did this amazing visualization with her where we were growing roots from our feet and grounding and how that experience was. And we just did a lot around grounding. And so it just seems perfect that this morning, the world was still and quiet. And when I went walking with the dog, I just felt so connected to God, to earth, to my inner soul. And so I would love to be able to transfer that same amazing feeling to you. All right. So let me go ahead and grab the journal prompt for you guys. And so our journal prompt for today is, what does peace and stillness feel like for you? I mean, do you ever experience peace and stillness? Peace in that space of not moving toward a destination. And most of the time we have our goals in our mind of the things we want to do and the people we want to reach. the excitement we have for what our gifts and talents are. And we really want to be telling people about it. But sometimes it would be really prudent to stop and get still and just feel it. Just feel it. And then what does that peace and stillness feel like to you? What does it feel like? For me this morning, it just felt like a time when, have you ever been at a place where maybe it's really smoky or something's going on and you have a hard time breathing, right? And then you step into a space that the air is fresh and you can just calmly breathe and it just feels so expansive. That's my word for this year, right? Expansive. So that's what the stillness feels like to me sometimes. It's that you've stepped out of a place where your breath was restricted in some way for some reason. Maybe it's even your thoughts are restricted. And then you step into this place of, now I can breathe, I can think, I can move, right? And then write about how you can create a moment of quiet today. Just a few moments, right? And what it might bring to your mind, your heart, and your spirit. And I had a hypnosis client in the past that she really had a hard time with creating any quiet moments in her life. She was so busy. She was caring for elderly parents and she had a very stressful job. And so she had a lot going on and she could not find a time for stillness, for meditating, for getting quiet. And so, I really thought, how can I help her to find that place within her? Because it's important. We have to have some type of stillness to allow all this beautiful, wonderful things within us out, right? And so finally, what we came up with was that every single time she was going to the bathroom. Now that's when she walked into the bathroom, whether it was to wash her hands, take a shower, go to the potty, whatever it was, she was to take 5 minutes. Her journey in the bathroom was going to be a 5-minute journey. She had set her clock, and then she would just be quiet and still for 5 minutes. Now, I'll be honest, in the beginning, she even had a hard time with that. So we had to say, okay, we'll set the timer for 1 minute. And then as she got better at it, then she could do 2, 3, 4, 5. But when she got to where she could do 5 minutes every time she went to the bathroom, it made a huge difference in her life because we go to the bathroom all the time, whether it's to use the bathroom or to take a shower or wash our hands. We step into that bathroom space. How many times a day, right? You can't even count them if you're me, right? I couldn't count them. But every single time she took a few moments to just be quiet and be still, it made a dramatic difference in her life. She began to relax, be less stressed. She began to be able to step out of her normal routine and do things for herself. So there is beauty in the stillness. And I don't know how you can create those moments of quiet today, but maybe if you're a person like my client who can't seem to find that place, you're so busy and have so many tasks and your mind is all the time going all over the place with all the new things that you want to do, you choose to do, you're excited to do. It's not all drudgery, I have to do this, right? We can stay so busy with things that we want to do too that we are not taking our time in silence either. And it's like I've reminded people so many times this week. It's funny because it's been on the top of my mind, and I do not remember if it was Gandhi or who it was that said it. So I'm going to have to research it and see, but I do not remember. But one of the things that they said was, "Oh, I've got such a busy day today. So many things to do. I need to meditate for 2 hours instead of 1." And that sounds counterintuitive, right? If you're so busy. But taking the time to quiet and get still, you get more done in a day than you would if you stayed just busy. And so this morning, this has been my focus, it seems like all week, with taking some time, right? And so I invite you today to take some time in the stillness. And then this blanket of snow that we have today that has stopped everything just really reiterated that thought this morning as I was walking the dog. And I just wanted to share it with you. And I did what I always do. I pulled out my phone, even had to take my glove off to do it, to do a voice note about what I wanted today's affirmation and journal prompt to be about. Because I have learned over the years that no matter what we think, when we say, "Oh, that's a great idea. I really want to do that," I'm going to remember that one when I get back. Most of the time, I get back and I think, "I had a brilliant idea. What was it? What was it?" So now I take out my phone and I do a voice note and I save it. And sometimes when I'm out walking, I have a lot of voice notes. Because when you get still and you're moving your body and you're just out in nature, thoughts just flow. All right, so I'm going to go back to today's affirmation. Today, I find peace in the quiet stillness within me. And this all came because there was this quiet stillness outside. And I thought, oh, that's what I want in here. The quiet stillness within me. In this calm space, I reconnect with my strength and my clarity. So put that on your index card, the screensaver on your phone, your sticky notes, put it on a piece of paper and stick it to your fridge. Put it somewhere that today you are reminded that no matter what is going on around you, you can tap into that quiet stillness within. And then reconnect with your strength and your clarity. I want that for each and every one of you. I really do. And I've got a call to get on when I get off here, and a few little things that I'll be doing on the computer. But like I said, my schedule changed. My in-person clients all have canceled because of the weather. And so I'm going to have that fire in the fireplace. And I am going to relax and be still and just snuggle with the dog and have an amazing day, right? And then when it's time to go out in the snow, to go take him for a walk again, I will bundle up and I will enjoy the hell out of it. Because that's what I choose to do, right? I'm looking at everything that's happening right now is the most amazing gift. And I would love for you to be able to, no matter what's happening, to find the gift in it and that strength and clarity. Now let me get to the journal prompt. So remember, our journal prompt is, what does peace and stillness feel like for you? Do you even know? Have you been able to find it? And if you're one of the people that doesn't really do that for yourself, then today, every time you step into a bathroom, anywhere you are, you set a timer, whether it's 1 minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. And you go in there and you close the door and you just get quiet. Give yourself that gift today, okay? And so write about how you can create a moment of quiet today, and that is how. And then what might it bring to your mind, your heart, and your spirit? Who knows? Just be open. But as I always recommend, get out your notebook or your journal and then write the affirmation, the journal prompt, and the date. Spend a few moments, 10 to 15 minutes, in just total science. Science. That's really weird. Total quiet. I was going to say silence and I said science, but hey, that's okay. It is science too, right? So just get quiet. Focus on your breath. You're welcome, Jennifer. You're welcome. And just breathe. Give yourself the time to breathe in the stillness. And then when you open your eyes, then just write, because you have tapped into your inner guidance. Good morning, Carmen. Good morning. You've tapped into your inner guidance and you're allowing it to flow. And then just write about how can you create that moment of quiet today. Maybe you have another idea besides the one I just gave, right? Maybe there's something that you've been longing to do to create some quiet time. Today's the day. Here's your sign. Isn't that what they say? And what might it bring to your mind, your heart, and your spirit? Because in the quiet stillness, you can hear your heart sing, and you can really allow that inner guidance to flow. And so that's why when you step into that complete silent time, and then you open your eyes and start writing, it's that inner voice, that inner guidance that will help things to just flow through you that you didn't even know were there. And so today, I wish you to have a quiet, peaceful inner day. And there are so many things that will come from stepping away from all the noise. Like I said, Gandhi said, I think it's Gandhi, I have so many things to do today. I need to meditate for 2 hours instead of 1. So let's take some guidance from that. And if you've got so much to do today that you do not have time to stop and meditate or stop in silence and do this, you might want to rethink that. And if every day you give yourself the opportunity to stop and be still, your life will change. All right, so it's time for me to go. I have another call to get on, but this has been amazing. I am so excited to have shared with you today my thoughts of the stillness in the snow. And you have a day connecting with your strength and clarity. And I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. Mwah.